means finding every way possible to maintain one's life in this world. And in the Yoga Sutras, Patanjali Muni talks about samskars, the impressions that we have from previous lives and how they affect us in this life. And he says of all the samskars, or very strong impulses we have by nature, the most prominent one is what he calls clinging to life. So I don't want to give up this body, I want to stay here. And he says it's so because we've experienced so many times having to give up the status quo, whatever that might be. In any body that we have a status quo. Chipmunks get a little nut to eat, tree to live in, somebody else gets a house in Malibu or whatever it may be, but I don't want to give it up. And this is partly because of our bewilderment by the modes of material nature, identify with the external energy. And then there's a state in which I may realize that I'm not this body, I'm not part of this world, but I still can't break out of the habit patterns that I have. In the Gita, Krishna says, Tribir gunamayar bhaver ebi sarvamidam jagat mohitam nabijanati mamebhya paramaviyam. That everyone in this world is bewildered by the three modalities, except for me. I'm the one who's not in the modes of nature. And there's this liminal state in which one may have knowledge of what to do, but not be able to do it. Seems like a frustrating situation. You have clear knowledge, I know what's right, but I can't do it. So spiritual strength means I know what to do and I can also do it. And spiritual strength comes from Krishna. And the way to get connection with Krishna is to chant his names. The other verse that I was thinking of on the way over here was how Shukadeva Goswami so definitively says at the beginning of the Srimad Bhagavatam, Nirnitam, that this has already been decided upon by the great teachers. He says, Etan nirvidyamananam ichatam akatobayam yoginam ripa nirnitam harirnama kirtanam. There's one process that's fully available and which all the sages agree upon. He said, take it from me, basically. Everyone agrees on this. This is the process. And he said it's doubtless and it's fearless. And it doesn't matter who you are. You can be a yogi or a king or you can be a merchant. And any of those situations in life, any of those people, entities can take full advantage of the power of Krishna by chanting his name. So this is something that's missing in the world. People are trying every which way. They take freezing cold ice baths. They're taking oxygen tents. They're taking all kinds of supplements, diets, the keto, the this one, the that one. I'm not against any of those things necessarily, but I'm just saying that that's the hard struggle, to try to come to some sort of platform where I can feel strength and liberation from the onslaught of the modes of material nature. But from Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu down through all the acharyas, the only process that's worthy is the chanting of the holy name, and especially japa, because it means that it's our individual choice that we're making. We're not sitting in on a session where everyone's chanting, although that's a choice also, but we're specifically regulating ourselves to chant the holy name, and we're doing it alone. And that's our real process to getting the spiritual strength and also rising above the modes of material nature. Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. Shri Krishna Sankirtan ki jai, Shri Harinam Prabhu ki jai. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu. Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakti. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare It properly. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Rama 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram Ram Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Ram Ram, Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram, Ram
Rama
Ram,
Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare, Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna, Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram 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 Ram,
Hare Ram
Ram Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram 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 Ram,
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram 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 Ram,
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Ram Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram 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 Ram.
Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Krishna, Ram 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 Ram, Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Ram 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 Ram, Krishna, Ram 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Ram 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, 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 Ram 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 Ram, Hare Krishna,
Ram Ram Ram
Ram Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram 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 Ram,
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram 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 Ram,
Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Rama
Ram 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Ram Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Ram Hare Krishna, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram
Hare Krishna
Krishna, Ram Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare
Krishna Hari Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare
Hare Krishna Hari
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram.
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Ram,
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Ram Ram. Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram.
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama
Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Ram 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 Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Ram, Ram.
Hare Krishna
Om
Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Ram, Ram. Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Ram, Ram. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama
Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama Hare
Hare Ram, Ram.
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna
Ram.
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare
Ram.
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram.
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna.
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna.
Hare
Ram Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare,
Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Ram.
Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram.
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Sit properly.
Hare Krishna. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna's Kaviraj says, Siddhanta bole chitta nakara alash, iha hoiti Krishna lage sudrid monash. And that is that whatever practices you're doing, you should not be lazy about understanding why you're doing them. At least that's a loose translation of it. Siddhanta bole chitta. One should consider very carefully, why am I doing something? And in the matter of chanting Hare Krishna, there's a simple phrase that I heard that I found provocative. And it says that it's not time, it's taste. In other words, sometimes people say, I don't have time to chant 16 rounds. And they say, well, it's not time, it's taste. Because as Shukadev Goswami says at the end of the 14th chapter of the 10th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, everything we do is based on our sense of self and what's best for ourself. And therefore we organize our lives in certain ways in order to get the highest benefit that we can. It's our nature, with self-preservation or development. And so there's this paradigm that has been discussed, is an ongoing discussion in the business world. Simon Sinek talks about getting to why. And he says that there's 3 concentric circles. Outside is what you're doing, The next one in is how you're doing it. And the most important is the bullseye in the middle, which is why you're doing it. And unless you have a clear definition of why you're doing something, whether it be business or your spiritual practice, then it doesn't have the potency. We don't have the focus to do it. So my question is, why are you chanting 16 rounds or endeavoring to chant 16 rounds? Why do you chant Hare Krishna? You can either give a personal reason from your own revelation, otherwise you wouldn't be here this morning, or give a point from Shastra, or both. And we'll take 4. 2 from this side, 2 from that side. Go. Why are you here? Defend your position. Yes. Did you have your hand up?
Hare Krishna. So I was thinking, probably I can think of 2 reasons at this point. Is it okay, Prabhu, or only one reason should be given?
Go for it.
Okay. So one reason is because I promised to my Guru Maharaj during initiation that I will chant 16 rounds. And another reason is by chanting these rounds, it is taking me closer to Krishna in a way, because I'm in a process in devotional service, and through chanting, Prabhupada said 99% of progress is achieved in spiritual life. So that's the reason.
Nice. And Vallabhacharya had given a proposal before Advaitacharya, and he said, so, why are all you Vaishnavas chanting the name of the master? He said, the wife never says the name of her husband. So why are you all saying we're all wives of Krishna? Basically, he was saying, so why are you saying it? And Vaitacharya said, Mahaprabhu was right there, why don't you ask him? So he put this question, speculative as it was before Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu said, well, if the master says, chant my name, then you have to do it. And going to your first point, because my master said, and I promised, right? And then the other one, coming closer to Krishna, there's a way in which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Nija Sarva Shaktis. Krishna's personality is right there within the holy name. So this is a shastric proven way that we're close to Krishna. Okay, one from this side, Hansapriya. Why are you chanting Hare Krishna?
Hare Krishna. So I was listening one of the Prabhupada's lecture, and where Prabhupada said, somehow or other we are here in this material world. And then I was thinking, why am I here? And I got the realization that why am I here? That's the right question to ask. So then Prabhupada has answer for us so that we can listen. And then I realized that hearing Prabhupada, it gives the spiritual strength. So association, the devotional practices that what Prabhupada has given, that actually provides it with the spiritual strength to fulfill the purpose that why am I in this material world, where am I going, what am I supposed to be doing. So it kind of makes you more connected with your spiritual parampara. So that's why I thought that why is very important for me to push forward and go ahead in the spiritual journey.
If I understand you correctly, it's an awareness that I need help. I'm lost here in the material world, and then you hear the voice coming from parampara that says the way to become free from that or to take refuge is in chanting Hare Krishna, right? Nice. One more from here? Yes, Prabhu.
I was in connection with what Aniruddha was saying.
I feel the same thing that when we take the vows, we actually take during initiation, we take the vows for chanting of Hare Krishna, and we don't take other vows of, service is there, but the main vow is that I'll be chanting 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So that's actually the connection with our spiritual master, and that's the way we can, that's the way we can have a connection. So that's why I feel that that's one of the most important reasons to chant Hare Krishna.
And the implication of that is that I trust that what's being presented to me as the conclusion, that is that you should chant 16 rounds, is correct. Because there's so many other, you can go on YouTube and find 50 million different other ideas about what you should be doing in your life, right? So why do we triangulate and come to this one point and say, this is the main thing that I should be doing? And that's of interest to us, because if we can identify that and we're very clear on it, then Sudrid Manash, then the mind becomes Sudrid, it becomes very strong. This is the right thing to do. Okay, one more from this side. Oh, we got 10 more from that side.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, when I was a new devotee, my sister Priya Gopika had told me something that I still cling to really dearly. She said that as long as you're chanting, because circumstances and situations will never be conducive in life, things will go up and down. That's what Srila Prabhupada had said. So she gave an analogy of an aeroplane. She said your spiritual aeroplane will keep flying, sometimes high when your intensity and devotion is very intense, and sometimes low when it is not. But your spiritual plane will keep flying. It won't crash till you chant. So I still cling to that. Thank you.
Don't crash. Keep chanting. Yeah, as crashes have a lot of implications. There's a lot of mess after one crashes. Better to stay alive and stay above the crash zone as much as possible. Otherwise, it's really hard to make a comeback. Makes it much harder in life.
I resonate very much with what Anirudh Nitai Chand Prabhu said about, first of all, I have taken the vows and I have to adhere to the vow that I have taken. And then I was thinking it just makes sense, because so many things I have tried, but what has really connected me is the japa and the chanting. And the Shastras says very clearly that Hare Nama Nameva Kevalam Kalau Nasteva 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 Gatiranyata. It reiterates that 3 times, that there is no other way, there is no other way, there is no other way. So it's just the proof in the pudding, because once we do it, then only we connect with the Supreme.
That's an important aspect you left us with. It was just in the phrase, the proof of the pudding. We also have to have our own experience. Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojita Janya Yashravayaragyam Gyanam Chayarai to come. There's a way in which nothing else brings us the kind of solace or the superpowers that come naturally from directly contacting Krishna, which are, we feel a sense of perspective in the world, known as vairagya, that we know consequence. We don't touch certain things because we know that they'll lead to more entanglement. And gyan, we have this uncanny sense that most people don't have, that I notice that I'm the observer of the field, I'm not the field itself. Those things come as concomitants from chanting, and you don't get it from many other things. Sometimes you get them temporarily from some kind of peak experience, but they're not sustainable. But the way that it can be sustained, and we can notice that we're above the modes of material nature or the waves of the material world, is by chanting. And if we can have that, the proof of the pudding for ourselves, then there's this kind of realization that keeps us in the chanting also, that I can't do without it, right? So getting to why and remembering, why am I doing this? That it's taste, it's not time. And the more we can cultivate that understanding and understand for ourselves very clearly why it's important, what is this pinpoint accuracy that by saying Krishna's names and maintaining my vow at a certain level, that everything else will be done properly. That's the meaning of Shraddha. Shraddha Shabde Vishwas Gohe Suridana Shoy Krishna Bhakti Kula Sarva Karma Krita Hoy. Sarva Karma Krita Hoy means all the things in my mind's telling me I have to do, they're all completed by chanting Hare Krishna. One-stop shopping. And if I cut that off and I try to do all the other things, then I'll never come to the end of it. But by chanting Hare Krishna, it's possible, as Prabhupada writes in a purport in the second chapter of the second canto of the Bhagavatam, in a purport, all energies are synchronized in one place by chanting Hare Krishna. So that's also a great solace to know that as a minute living entity, the way I can be most effective is by connecting to Krishna through his names. Thanks everyone for sharing. Hare Krishna. Gaur Premanande Haribol. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Ram, 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 Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram, Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Ram, 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 Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Ram, Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram, Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram,
Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama, Rama
Ram.
Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram.
Krishna, Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram.
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare Rama,
Ram.
Hare Rama, Rama Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Ram,
Rama, Rama
Ram.
Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Ram.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna.
Ram. Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Ram.
Krishna Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Ram.
Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Ram.
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Ram, Ram.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Sorry to
Krishna.
interrupt so many times, but we're almost done. I just want to make some final point. Another one of the motivations that one may have, and again borrowing from the self-help world, Stephen Covey talks about in the 7 Habits, always begin with the end in mind. Start thinking about what's the end of this. And in the Srimad Bhagavatam, that's how it starts. Parikshit Maharaj says, how do I get ready for the end? Because I know my end, it's in 7 days. And then Shukadeva Goswami agrees with that, and he says, Ante, at the end, Narayana Smriti. You should be able to remember Narayan. So this word arriving is a nautical term. It means you're at the sea, and then you're trying to reach the shore. And this is also a metaphor that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives, and Akura in his prayers, like somehow or other I'm floating, but how am I going to reach the shore? And so there is a point at which we have to prepare for the end, how to reach the shore, to arrive at that destination. So chanting is a kind of preparation that we're going to have to leave this corporeal existence, and we'll be forced by our consciousness to go to the next destination. So what will our consciousness be when we leave the body? So it can also be seen as a preparation as we're trying to arrive at the shore of the spiritual world, cross over the Viraja river, get to the spiritual world. I'm trying to arrive there. And that can be a motivating factor also to remember, keep the end in mind, that at some point I'm going to be called on, as Prabhupada says, to fly solo. You take so many lessons with the teacher in the plane, and then you have to take your solo flight. It's like there's nobody else to help you, nobody else. You have to know what you're doing when you're flying. Just take one reflection, a quick one that you're taking away from today from somebody who hasn't commented yet. One thing you heard today that's motivated you. Can either be online or in here, but you got to go quick because we only have 2 minutes left. 3, 2, 1, yes.
I like Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. I like the point of where you say the clinging to the material world, hard struggle for material existence. You get a spiritual strength by Hare Namanu Kirtanam, that Krishna can give you the strength, and it is nirnitam, that it is decided by all the great scholars, all the sages and everybody, that Hare Namanu Kirtanam is the process. So
Nice. Okay. Prabhu, go ahead.
Yeah, the same point, hard struggle for existence. I was thinking on the other side, this side is, on the other side in the spiritual world is Kevala Ananda Kanda. There is so much pleasure. And this side, maybe mostly Dukkha or Kevala Dukkha.
Yes. Dear Srila Prabhupada, dear Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, please empower us to chant your holy names with full love and focus. Thanks for considering our request. Om Tat Sat. Everyone agrees with this prayer, please say Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpa
Hare
Rusha,
Krishna.
Kripa Sindhave, Vacharva Titanam Bhavani, Bhyo Vaishnavebhyo.